Have you ever wondered about one of the most intense stories in the Bible? The one where God asks Abraham to sacrifice his own son, Isaac. It's a story that has puzzled and challenged people for centuries. Why would a loving God make such a shocking request? Let's dive into this profound mystery together and see what we can uncover. Here at Heaven's Minute, we explore the deep questions of faith. To really get this, we need to go back to the beginning. God had made a huge promise to Abraham. He told him he would be the father of a great nation, with descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky. But there was a problem. Abraham and his wife, Sarah, were old and had no children. Isaac was their miracle baby, the long-awaited fulfillment of God's promise. Isaac wasn't just a son. He was the future, the embodiment of all of Abraham's hopes and God's covenant. So, when God asked Abraham to offer Isaac as a sacrifice on Mount Moriah, it wasn't just a test of obedience. It was a test of Abraham's entire faith in God's promises. Imagine being in Abraham's shoes. This command must have felt like a complete contradiction. How could God's promise come true if the key to that promise, Isaac, was gone? This is where we see the depth of Abraham's trust. The Bible tells us that Abraham believed God could even raise the dead. He didn't understand how, but he trusted that God would somehow keep his word. He packed up, took Isaac, and began the 3-day journey. A journey that must have been filled with unimaginable inner turmoil. This story is often called the Akada, which means the binding in Hebrew. It's a powerful symbol of ultimate surrender and trust. Abraham placed Isaac on the altar, his heart breaking but his faith holding firm. And just as he raised the knife, an angel of the Lord called out, stopping him. A ram was provided, caught in a thicket, to be the substitute sacrifice. This moment is so crucial. It reveals that God never intended for Isaac to be harmed. The purpose was to test Abraham's heart and to reveal the nature of true faith. It was about seeing if Abraham loved the giver more than the gift. So, what's the takeaway for us today? This story isn't a manual for how God operates. Instead, it's a profound lesson about faith, trust, and God's provision. It shows us that even when God's plans seem confusing or impossible from our perspective, the story foreshadows an even greater sacrifice to come. Just as God provided a ram to save Isaac, he would one day provide his own son, Jesus, as the ultimate sacrifice for all of humanity. Abraham's test on Mount Moriah was a glimpse into the heart of God, who would one day give up his own beloved son for us. This story challenges us to examine our own lives. What are the things we hold so tightly that they might take the place of God in our hearts? It could be our career, our relationships, our security. The story of Abraham encourages us to trust God with everything, even the things most precious to us, knowing He is good and His plans are perfect. Thank you for exploring this deep topic with us at Heaven's Minute. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and click subscribe right now so you don't miss our next video. We love digging into these powerful stories with you. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.